Hey there, refined users, Marta Locklear here. Per the poll that I put on Instagram stories, you guys wanted to see an edit of this image, so let me go ahead and do that. Instagram TV only allows 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and get that, and you'll realize that this goes quick. So I went ahead and added a couple other images that I shot today to it. These images were shot with the Canon 5D3 with the Zeiss Planar T 1.4 lens. It's a manual focus lens. I shot wide open at 1.4 because I wasn't concerned with tack sharp today. I just wanted kind of a soft, moody, not moody, but filmy look. So I went ahead and shot wide open. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on Refined 1 because that's what I used to edit this. I'm going to scroll down because for some reason, and I just noticed this today, the auto is not recognizing my lens to fix the vignetting. I don't know if it's just for the Zeiss, so I'm going to look into that. But I'm going to go ahead and set that. And then I'm going to just increase the exposure to get it to kind of where I want it. I'm keeping an eye on this white area so it doesn't blow out. And it's a little warm for me, so I'm going to cool it down a little. It was late evening sun, and it's due west, so it comes straight in the window. And let's see here, right about there. And then the heads of the flowers were a touch punchy to me, so I wanted them a little softer visually. So instead of desaturating them, I just knocked the blacks down a little bit, and that gets it a little closer to how I want it. So here's the before, after, before, after. If I want to soup this up a little, I just add some grain to it. I like soften just because I feel like it takes a touch of that digital edge off of the image. You won't be able to see those details in this video, but that gives you an idea of that edit. So let me go ahead and move on to the next image. Same thing, shot this wide open at 1.4. I'm going to click Refine. I'm going to go ahead and throw blush on this too, or not blush, sorry, that's in the other collection. Chateau. Let me go ahead and scroll down and get my lens the way I want it. See here, and let's go ahead, increase exposure. And again, the first thing I'm looking at is anywhere that there's some bright whites, I'm making sure I'm not blowing it out because I don't want to do this because then it starts getting visually hard on your eyes. So I find a nice sweet spot, filmy, and if I want to increase anything else, I'm going to come into the shadow and do that. Again, just like the other one, I knocked the blacks down just a touch because it did not want these heads super punchy. That magenta on the flower in real life is very punchy. So let's see, go ahead and do the temperature down just a little bit. There you go. And of course, like I said, we can add grain and soften. You guys won't be able to see those details on a screen capture. And let's just go ahead and show you the tones on this. So this is just the clean, refined one. There's with Chateau. Let me see if I can do this side by side. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Give me 1 second. Put this. So I'm going to put the clean, refined on the left. And there's Chateau. So it's got that kind of pink tone to it. And if the pink is a little too strong for you and you want it kind of in between the two, all you have to do is dial down this magenta just a touch. And then, let's see, maybe put that back where it was. There we go. And here's leather. That's got kind of a warmth to it. So if you like your images a little warmy, a little more, well, I say leathery. The warm tones in the shadows, this would be the one for you. And then pine tends to be a little cooler. And if you want it even cooler, you would just pull down your temperature just a little. There you go. Let's go ahead and move into this. Obviously, I bought some fresh flowers today, so I was just kind of goofing off and playing with it. Same thing. Let's move into Refined 1. Scroll down. I'm just going to get my lens. This should be automatic for almost all lenses. It works. This used to work here. I got to figure out why it's not doing it now. Let's see. Scroll up. Let's do exposure. Get this back on single so you can see it. So for this one, I really want you guys to pay attention to the highlights. So here's where we were. And what I'm watching for is not only this white area up here at the top, but I'm watching because since this is already in the depth of field and it's already blurry, it's going to blow out quicker. So I want to make sure I'm not losing the vase at all. And because if I just keep increasing to where I get this shadow space where I want, you'll see that we lose half of this vase in here. This is kind of fun and artsy, but it's just not how it would look on film. So I'm going to kind of get the exposure where I want the vase. I want it there, but I don't want it to be the focal point. And then I'm going to watch this area here, and I'm going to start lifting the shadows a little. And you notice how we don't lose the vase in the background at all. We get the lift without losing the vase, and we have all of our details. Now for this, because I was just quick shooting, I'm going to crop this out. I don't love that dark fold there. And I would probably cool this down just a little for my taste. That's a personal preference. And it looks like I got a couple more minutes before my IGTV will time out. So I noticed quickly looking at this, because I shot wide open and I shot against white and some backlighting, I see the chromatic aberration on there. And I get this question a lot: what is CA correct? That is chromatic aberration correction. I have a basic set in this, but sometimes it needs a little more. And what is chromatic aberration? See this lovely hinging, kind of pink, fringing, sorry, around the edge of these leaves. A lot of people don't notice it, but I do immediately. And it is one of the things that sets film and digital apart. Now, some film will get it, but it tends to handle it a little better than digital. So to correct that, this one's the first level, but this fringing is a little dark, so that didn't do anything for it. This is the second level, and you can see how this automatically went gray. We still have a little bit of purple in there, but if I can take it off, I don't know if you guys can see this on your phones as little as it is. So if I undo it, there it is, and let me put it back. And now it's off. So now we lost that kind of pink highlight that was all over this image, and it looks a little more realistic. So that's how I would edit these images, super quick. Obviously even quicker if I wasn't talking so much. And I hope that helps give you guys some direction on how to edit your images. Thanks. Bye.